So we're going to continue reflecting on the glories of our beloved Guru Pada Padma, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Bhakta Bandhav Srila Gurudev, and his associates, who are especially guiding, nourishing, giving us hope. There's a beautiful verse by Vaishnavacharyas. Namashristamanamapi sachiputramatra rupam tasya grajamuruparim matarim goshtavatim radha kundam girivaramaho radhika madhavasya praptoyasya pratita kripaya Shri Gurutam natosmi. So yesterday I spoke about the personality of Guru bringing us to the personality of Godhead, and that we don't worship the impersonality of Guru to approach the impersonality of Godhead. So we say Guru is connected to the undivided principle of Guru, just like the Godhead is one, Advaya Gyan Paratattva, the non-dual absolute truth. However, that non-dual absolute truth appears for the relishing of his loving pastimes with his eternal associates. The truth is one, but it manifests for the sake of its lila in the varieties of forms. And there's a distinction between the Supreme Lord Krishna, the living entities, his eternal Shaktis, and his eternal associates. There are distinctions. So for us, we're meditating on our Guru Pada Padma, who is a very special personality in this age, who has come assisting Mahaprabhu, serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in our Guru Varga, especially very close to the family in the line of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Mahaprabhu's desire, his plan. Oftentimes, more neophyte devotees think, I'll respect my Guru if they are very powerful, very advanced, very aged. But the disciples and the followers of Guru, I will not respect them. This is considered a materialistic devotee. They have faith in Guru, and they have faith in the Supreme Lord, in the deity, but they don't have faith in the other devotees. Prakriti buddhi, they have materialistic mentality towards others, because they don't have the ability to perceive the real glories of the acharyas. So we can see that in some institutions they don't know how to honor Vaishnavas who are outside of the institution, what to speak of their god brothers and god sisters. However, the more advanced devotees, they see the glories of the more junior devotees and will help them in this way raise them up to a higher position. This is the interesting quality of advanced Vaishnavas. I was recently meeting with a very advanced Vaishnav, Bhaktivichar Vishnu Maharaj, and he was speaking so sweetly, lovingly, kindly, helpfully, instructively, so many leads, beautifully, sweetly, and not salty, very sweetly, not bitterly, but encouraging devotees. So much that he was telling the mood of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada for preaching that he said, I am ready to do anything to propagate the message of Lord Chaitanya. He said when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada invited the governor of Bengal, Sir John Anderson, he ordered meat from a hotel for the banquet for the governor and his associates. And he had no discrimination against them for that. And he said, first they should hear about Krishna, develop faith in Krishna, so you have to give them a facility to do that. And he would say that we are not looking, oh, this living entity is lower, this is higher. One is eating meat, one is not eating meat. And based on that consideration, we are saying this person is good and this person is bad. He said, what is good, what is bad? That takes very subtle intelligence. Every living entity is good. First, we should understand that. Everyone we meet by nature their atma is pure, their soul is pure. So how can we help them realize their Atma, their spiritual nature, and their relationship with the absolute truth? Krishna does not look upon, oh, you are a sinful living entity and you are not sinful living entity. Every living entity is pure by nature, but because of our karmas, because of our mistaken identity, because of our false ego, and because of then being stuck in this material existence, then jiva jivasya jivanam, we're all harming each other. We're all consisting of the energy of each other. So this Vaishnava, the point I'm making is that those who are very senior see the good in those who are junior, and those who are junior don't see the good in themselves or in others. It's very interesting. The more advanced Vaishnavas see, oh, you are very qualified. Are you very qualified? No. Can you be? Yes. How will you be? So they help develop, encourage, and nurture us until we become very strong. This is the nature of the Vaishnavas. Jahara Mukhe Aise. By seeing those Vaishnavas, inspiration to chant the names come, and they see you as, oh, you are also Krishna's jiva. That means you have an eternal relationship with Krishna. That's how they perceive. And so we think, oh, I'm so useless, I'm small, I'm fallen, I have bad habits, I have this, I have that. That's not how the Vaishnavas see. They see, okay, anarthas have to be cleaned. But if you come in contact with a pure Vaishnava and develop some bandha, you should think 99.999% of the battle is already won. That's why we heard from Sannyasi Maharaj last night about respect for Vaishnavas. He said, if you just have honor and respect for Vaishnavas as a platform in spiritual life, then taste for Harinam, taste for Harikatha, taste for service, taste for the pastimes of Radha Krishna and entering into their service, everything will come. But the platform is honor and respect for Vaishnavas. How much they are giving. If you come into their, we think spiritual life is dependent on our effort. Yes, to some degree we have to make some chest the effort. But it's really just dependent on Krishna's mercy. How does Krishna's mercy come? Through the Vaishnavas in our lives. That is Krishna's mercy. So what is our effort? What is the effort we need to make? Drida kori dharani tai pai. Yes, you know this verse? Drida kori. Drida means with fixed determination. Tightly. Kori means to hold. Drida kori, do this. Tightly hold. What? Dharo. Grab on. Nitai pai. The lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. What are the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda? Those associates and empowered expansions of Lord Nityananda. And what is the mood of Lord Nityananda? It's also very soft, very gentle, and very strong. But that also means the Kinkaris of Srimati Radhika. Why? He is also group leader there in his internal form, Ananga Manjari. Drida kori dharanitai pai means catch hold of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas who've come into our lives and by whose shelter we can be brought to the spiritual world. That is our hope. Radhika Madhavasa. So from this verse I mentioned, what is given to us by Sri Guru? First is the name. What name? God. No. Like Swami Prabhupada, he gave us this name, the personality of Godhead. But then he said, Krishna. He didn't just say the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when they wanted him to call it ISGON, International Society for God Consciousness, he said, no. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And then he said, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. And he declared it very boldly. And he went to London and said, London Ishvara. Shri Radha London Ishwar. Shri Radha Paris Ishwar. He established everywhere, not just Krishna, but Krishna is the Supreme Lord with his beloved Srimati Radhika. Many acharyas are there in India. They'll establish Krishna deities in Krishna temples. Many Mayavadis temples will have Krishna deities. But Gaudiya Vaishnavas established the worship of Srimati Radhika with Sri Krishna. Even other lines, they didn't so much appreciate this. But this is our Guru Varga's service. But what is that Nam Shristam? Highest name doesn't just mean names of God in relation to this world, but what are his names in his world with his associates and his pastimes? So they give those names. Each name of the Lord has personality, has a mood, and has a connection. What is your Ishtadev? This is the quality of Guru or the quality of Vaishnava, is they have the power to awaken your relationship with your specific Ishtadev. Therefore, Nama Shristam. What is that Nam? This is hidden there. Nama Shristam. What is that name? Yes, they're giving the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting these names and diving into these names, then Nama Shristam, what comes next? Where do we dive? Nama Shristam Anuvitvi Sachiputram Mahaprabhu. These names, who is the avatar of these names? This is Mahaprabhu. And Gaura Prema Rasarnave, by diving into developing bhakti and devotion and love for Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then Radha Madhava Antaranga. Then you can enter the association of Shri Radha and Krishna. So this is the work of Guru and Vaishnavas. We should not think the work of Guru and Vaishnavas is establishing a big mission and temples and society. That is all a platform for really helping living entities achieve that supreme goal of life. Nama Shristam. Therefore they give the Nam and they say, chant this name. And when you get too distracted, then they refocus your attention. Like in the story of Gopakumar. Gopakumar went many places and got many duties. And he would be very focused on doing those duties very nicely. Jai Prabhu. Very nicely stick to his duties. And then his guru would come and say, how is your bhajan? Oh, I'm so busy in my duties. He said, you should give these up and do bhajan. So we have to balance this in our life. Nama Shristam Anupi Sachiputra Matras Rupam. But the Vaishnavas, what else are they giving us? Rupam Tasyagrajam Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswamis, the teachings of the Goswamis, Matarim Goshtavatim, bringing us to the holy Dham. But most of all, they're giving us that hope, Radhika Madhavasa, that we can achieve the shelter and the service of the lotus feet of Sri Radha Krishna. Without pure Vaishnavas, how can we have that hope? Imagine if we had never met Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, or Vaishnavas in our life. What's the chances of having that real, tangible hope that also we can serve there and be there? For myself personally, I can say that by seeing that absorption of the Vaishnavas in that realm, now it has given me hope that is also possible attainment. Because for us, it's like an idea. For them, it's reality. We see that with Swami Prabhupada also. How absorbed he was. Sometimes he would be chanting Jaya Radha Madhava and ecstatic symptoms would come. And he would control himself for the sake of his outward preaching. With Gurudev would see that sometimes. Sometimes I remember Gurudev speaking in New Braj. The whole atmosphere would become magically surcharged. You can be in many classes with many great Vaishnavas and great scholars, but Gurudev had this power that he would transport you to Vrindavan. Not transport you to Vrindavan, he would bring Vrindavan to us. That's what it felt like. I remember just these programs in New Braj. There are so many glorious Vaishnavas. There's so many great pure devotees and acharyas. But where's our family? Who is taking us in his pocket, as he would say, and offering us at the lotus feet of Sri Radha Madhav? Prapto yasya pratiti kripaya Shri Guru Tam Natosmi. That is our Guru Pada Padma. So, leaving that, Eshaba Chodata Kahina Hijao, where can we go? Therefore, Gurudev would say, Guru Nishta is the backbone of bhakti. We think by my efforts I will climb to the spiritual world. On what stairs? You're going to build the stairway too? On our effort alone, never is possible. Why? Ganaite dosha gunalesha na paovi chabatuhu kuruvagachar. When we consider ourselves, what is our condition? Your mercy, that is my hope. And we place ourselves, therefore, in the hands. We place our heart. Gurudev would say, I've not come for anything, I've come for your heart. So we place ourselves, and then Gurudev very gently takes, and then preserves, cares for, and brings to that highest abode. So therefore we worship the personality of Guru. Why? He brings us to the personality of Godhead. Which personality? Nama Shristam. Who is your Ishtadev? You know? You know who is your Ishtadev? So we must discover this. Therefore we practice bhajan. And when we practice bhajan, how do you realize the swarup of your Ishtadev, your divine spiritual relationship with the Krishna and Srimati Radhika? How do you realize that? You meditate on the swarup of Guru. This is the philosophy. When we do Guru Mantra, we don't meditate on the impersonality of Guru. When we do Guru Mantra, we don't meditate, Om Nirvishesha. Prabhupada said, Nirvishesha Shunyavad Paschyata Deshatharini. He delivered the West from Nirvishesha and Shunyavad. But now, Nirvisheshavad we are preaching. This is being preached. Nirvisheshavad is being preached. I'm telling you, it's true. Guru is just energy. Guru is just a principle. Guru is not a personality. In that divine realm, who is going to hold your hand and bring you into the service of Srimati Radhika and Krishna? That's an energy field? An energy field is going to hold your hand? One energy field is going to hold another energy field and bring you to the service of an energy field. This is all Nirvisheshavad. Every teaching has some point, and I'm not criticizing, I'm saying, what is the proper balanced consideration for those who are, especially in the path of Braja Bhakti? What does Lochan Das Thakur sing? Lochan Das Thakur again and again sings with great, like we say, Guru is Akhanda Guru Tattva Nityananda Prabhu. But you look at the followers of Nityananda Prabhu and how much devotion they had for Lord Nityananda. And by this we should learn how to have Guru Bhakti. Lochan Das Thakur would say, if someone doesn't recognize Naya Nityananda, I don't want to see their face. That place where my Nityananda Prabhu is not present, is not honored, I will not go to that place. Nitai vimukha jar mukha nahiru, I will not look at them. So strong. This is only a very simple example. There's much stronger examples. He said, I will take a burning log and put it in their mouth. Those who don't have devotion for me, Nitai, they should be tarred and feathered. One time, Kaviraj Goswami, he was having a festival and they were singing, and devotees were singing, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Lord Nityananda, Balaram, Rohini Nandana, and Mahaprabhu. They were glorifying Nityananda and Mahaprabhu. And Kaviraj Goswami's brother said, what is this glorification of Nityananda Avadut? Mahaprabhu sannyasi, bona fide, following rules and regulation. But who is this Nitai? Kaviraj Goswami at once, without a moment's delay, left everything. You can imagine. He didn't make some arrangements. Oh, we should now the program will end, and you can do this, and you can do that. Without looking back, he left his home. Can you imagine? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, this is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Without looking back, he walked away. You don't honor my Nityananda Prabhu? Why this person said you should not chant Nityananda Prabhu's name, only chant Mahaprabhu's names. Nityananda Prabhu is not bona fide. Kaviraj Goswami walked away. With the mentality that, Tyaktva, I've given this up like stool. You don't return to that place. He walked away. Walked all day, not knowing what to do, where to go. He was just thinking, oh, how can I tolerate the pain of this dishonor to my Lord Nityananda Prabhu? Nighttime, he laid down under a tree. After walking all day and night, no possessions, nothing. And what did he do? Lay down under the tree, exhausted, and just fell asleep. Immediately, Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared. Sai Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Immediately, Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared. And what? Embraced him, showed his beautiful pastimes, and then instructed him, now you are accepted. Now you are bona fide. How did he become bona fide? He's always bona fide? By study, by scholarly and in great intelligence, by a lot of japa or tapa, austerities, by vrata, dhyan. This got him the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda said, now go to Vrindavan. Who is accepting you there? Madan Mohan, Govinda Gopinath, and the 6 Goswamis, and do bhajan there. By his complete dedication, he received this mercy. Remember how Gurudev once told this story in Italy? He told this a few times, but he said Gurudev was going on the morning walk, and he saw a dog going up to every car, looking in the window. Look, he's there. And Gurudev was speaking this class, he began to weep. And he had his garland on, right? And he lifted his hands, and I believe this was this time his garland broke. And Gurudev was weeping, and he said, why is this dog suffering so much? And the devotee said, it must be that his masters left him, brought him to the ocean and left him there because he could not maintain him, or he was old or not useful. But Gurudev said, look at his loyalty. He's going to every car looking, is my master there? Is my master there? Is my master there? He's not thinking, I will find a new master. Or I will, what should I do? I should start my own business. I should find my own home. He's thinking, where is my Lord, Master? So Gurudev would say, that's why I mentioned yesterday, Padam Gurudev at the appearance place, not even the appearance place, the temple of Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, he would not even be able to say his name. He would not be able to complete the name of his Guru. Why? Where was I and where am I now? What is my chance of entering that realm of loving service? You're going to bust your way into the Kunj, push everyone out of the way like Dvivida, or like Vatsasur, like a demon, like a calf demon dressing like a calf, or like Pralambasur dressing like a coward boy. Dvida gorilla, I will get into the Kunj and I will grab Radharani's feet and I will massage them. Get out of the way, Rupa Manjari. Get out of the way, Rati Manjari. Who is this Lalita? Who is this Vishaka? Don't you know who I am? I will take her feet and massage them. How is it possible? You must develop that softness and sweetness, and who will bring you into that realm? That's why Narottam Das Thakur sings, Kabe Lokanath Amore. When will Lokanath Das Goswami hold my hand and bring me to Shri Rupa Manjari, and then Shri Rupa Manjari will engage me in the service of Srimati Radhika. So therefore Swami Prabhupada and Gurudev would say, we're in a you first mission. Why? It's you, because I want to take the remnants of the remnants of the remnants. Srimati Radhika's party, when Krishna takes prasad, the last remnants, the Nishta brings to Srimati Radhika, then Srimati Radhika shares with all the Sakhis and Manjaris, and that becomes Akshay. Complete, unlimited. So we are looking for that remnants. Look at Mahaprabhu's Leela. Mahaprabhu's Leela, he gave his full mercy to that devotee who was taking the remnants of simple, like cobbler devotees. They were dealing with leather to maintain their life, but they were devotees of Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda, and this devotee would bring them a mango and then hide in the bushes. And after they ate it, they put out the pit and the skin, and he would take that skin and the pit and he would go and hide and relish it like it was priceless nectar. And then when Mahaprabhu was entering Jagannath Puri temple, the devotees were bathing his feet. Govinda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu would stand there until all the water was washed and dried. Till all the water was dried. And he would not let anybody take even a drop. But this devotee who had served and had so much faith in the devotees, he went down on the ground and Mahaprabhu just smiled. And they went for another one, and Mahaprabhu said, okay. Already perfection is there. So you see, because of his devotion, how the mercy of the Lord was achieved. So we should understand, all Vaishnavas will have different teachings that they will give, and these teachings are all have their place. But for us, our Guru Pada Padma has given us chance to enter that divine realm. And there is sambandha there. There's relationship there. So how can we enter that kunj? He will hold our hand and bring us into that service. So how can we prepare to get to that place? Therefore, there's a process of sadhana. To realize your Ishtadev, you have to meditate on your Guru's Swarup. This is how it's described. Meditate on Srila Gurudev. For us, meditate on Srila Gurudev. Meditate on the Vaishnavas. This is not there for ordinary jivas. This is not there for conditioned souls. But you meditate on Srila Gurudev. In our mission, you meditate on Srila Gurudev. Why? He is the Sanghapati, the leader of the Sangha. He is the controlling, the authority. He can grant that entrance. Gurudev would say, serve me according to your level, your adhikar, like my postman. Why? The head office gives you a message, go deliver the message, and encourage people to come. This is why we are delivering the message. Bring people into the school of Diksha. Train them in bhakti. And then help them understand what is real Braja Prem, Braja Bhakti. Help them understand. So we meditate on the Swarup of Srila Gurudev. What is his Gaur Lila Swarup? What is his Krishna Lila Swarup? By realizing the Swarup of Srila Gurudev, then you can realize the Swarup of your Ishtadev. That's how it's described by our acharyas. Without realizing that, Srila Gurudev's Swarup, how will you realize your Swarup of your Ishtadev, whatever personality of Krishna, whatever name of Krishna? For each personality will maybe different. Who is your form of Krishna? What is his figure? What is his form and sweetness? First you meditate on Guru Pad Padma, and where is he? That is at Sri Krishna's lotus feet. So he's not separate. This is our Guru Varga, Swarup Damodar, Sri Swarup Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga. The difficulty is that in our Western society, in our world society, not all gurus are first class, pure devotees. So how do you meditate on the Swarup of a guru who is not pure devotee? Therefore there's Vedic culture, there's etiquette. You honor, even in Indian culture, you touch the feet of your mother and father, you honor your mother and father. So what is the difficulty honoring Guru? There's no difficulty. This is our culture. This is Sanatana Dharma culture. But the Swarup of Guru, especially in Krishna Lila, for us, our Srila Gurudev, is not just a Guru, he is Radhika's Sakhi. First understand that. This is something that the disciples of Gurudev have unshakable faith in. Yes? You have faith in this? Gurudev is a great Guru, but is that his greatest glory? No. He taught us this about Srila Prabhupada. What is his greatest glory? That Radha Sakhi Sangha Nivasina. He is that maidservant of Srimati Radhika. He is. And we see that in his pastimes, and especially when he's with his associates or when he teaches us how to be a pure Rupanuga by his own practice, but sometimes he'll give a glimpse of his position. For the most part, he'll teach us by his practice how to be a follower of Srila Rupa Goswami. Gurudev always says Rupanuga, and there's a difference between, he said Rupa Goswami taught all the rasas in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Vaidhi Bhakti, Rag Bhakti, and Shantadasa Sakya Vatsalya, all the different Vyabhichari Bhavs, Sanchari Bhavs. He taught everything, Anubhavs, Sattvik, and so forth. But he said being a real follower of Rupanuga, Rupa Goswami means Rupa Manjari. This is what Gurudev taught. Again and again, he said, understand, some Raganugas are Rupanugas, but not every Raganuga is a Rupanuga. Every Rupanuga is a Raganuga, but not every Raganuga is a Rupanuga. Gurudev said this hundreds of times. But Gurudev didn't just give us this teaching. He gave that experience that this is so. Yes? Gurudev gave that, you would experience, it was like you're experiencing the beauty of Krishna, the pastimes of Krishna, the reality of Krishna in Gurudev's presence. That is the power of a real bona fide guru, of Braj Bhakti. There are different levels of guru, different kinds of guru, but a Braj Bhakti associate of Radha Krishna, by their association, they give you that experience that this is real, because that is the platform they are in. When Gurudev is doing his bhajan, he's always there. That's what we see about our Prabhuji. More and more now, he is withdrawing from external affairs because he is entering into spiritual activities. There's no time. And that's why even when cooking, people say, oh, Prabhuji's cooking twice a day. How is it possible he's cooking twice a day at this age for so many people? This is very easy. Srimati Radhika is cooking in hundreds of fires every day. When you're in that internal bhajan, then everything manifests automatically. It's called automagically. It's just automatically flowing. All you have to do is come in contact with that energy source. What is the energy? Like we say, okay, Guru is energy, yes. But where is the source of that energy? That's the personality of Guru. Just like Krishna has three features: Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. But Paramatma and Bhagavan are just the energy, the potency, they are just the expansion of Bhagavan. If you take away Bhagavan, what is Paramatma and Brahman? Yes? If you take away Bhagavan, what is Paramatma and what is Brahman? There's nothing, no foundation. So in the same way, if you want energy in spiritual life, you go to those personalities who have that divine Shakti, who are absorbed in serving that divine Shakti. Therefore, Krishna Shakti vina nahi tar pravartana. Without Krishna's Shakti, Krishna's blessings, Srimati Radhika's blessings, how will you propagate this message? It's not possible. You can take a few people, help a few people, but to that degree that we see with our Guru Pada Padma, not just creating a spiritual society, but awakening a faith in the service of Srimati Radhika in the world, as Srila Gurudev has done, is that an easy task? Many Sahajis are there, many other groups are there, but how Srila Gurudev awakened this understanding, and now it's being carried on through his grand disciples, his great grand disciples. You go to Miami, right? What does everyone know about Gurudev? What is his name? What is his service? There may be different ideas even around this, but there's no doubt about her position. Yes. Is there any doubt? And Gurudev has so many Shiksha disciples who are also preaching. Gurudev's Shiksha grand disciples, there's no doubt. I would say with Srila Gurudev, this will be remarkable, that it is not possible there will be any doubt about Gurudev's position in the world, and anyone who is connected with anyone who had some relationship with him, like disciples of Sripad, Pujapad Madhav Maharaj, Pujapad Ban Maharaj, Pujapad Sridhar Maharaj, and so forth. There's no doubt in Gurudev. Gurudev is not just an acharya. Gurudev is Srimati Radhika's intimate maidservant. And in his family, he is the Sangapati. That means if you meditate on his form and serve him, then he can bring you into the association of Srimati Radhika and her service in Sri Rupa Manjari. That's the speciality of Srila Gurudev, is that he brought that highest conception and manobishta, heartfelt desire of Mahaprabhu, and propagated it around the whole world. Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Kodite Prachar. Who has done like this? Like we see after the six Goswamis, Nartam, Tas Thakur, Shyamananda Prabhu, and Srinivasacharya spread the Goswamis' literature and these teachings in Orissa, Bhubanesh, in Bangladesh, Bengal, and so forth. Gurudev brought this message to every corner of the world. We're not doing a comparison between acharyas, but the thing is, we should understand our Gurudev also glories. We are not comparison. This is a lotus flower that is blossoming. You imagine if Narottam Das Thakur appeared now, how would he preach? With all the facilities of the world, communication and flights and things like that. Imagine Narottam Das Thakur preaching today. How would that be? But we should think that their mood, their power, their Shakti continues in their line. So we have to balance this. This is very important. Honor all Vaishnavas. Respect all Vaishnavas. And catch hold of the lotus feet of Guru Pada Padma. Both work simultaneously. Hear from all Vaishnavas, honor all Vaishnavas. But Guru Mukha Padama Vakya Chitte Te Koriya Aikya Arna Kori Ho Mane Asha Arna Kori Ho Mane Asha. Srila Rupa Goswami said, what is the use of reading so many books? What is the use of doing so much study? What is the use of so much vrata and tapa? Where will it take you? Okay, you can become purified, you can become liberated. So what? Chant Nama Bas, liberation is yours. You want liberation? Vaishnavas, we're not interested in. What is this? Bhukti Mukti Spriya Pisachi. This desire for Bhukti Mukti is a witch. This is Rupa Goswami's statement. And he was challenged for this. What are you saying? Bhukti Mukti is a witch? Just because you're glorifying bhakti, you want to criticize other things? No. Moksha laguta krit. Moksha is insignificant. Liberation is insignificant. Moksha. You want liberation? Liberation is going to give you, you're going to be able to massage Srimati Radhika's lotus feet with liberation? It's possible. I am a liberated soul. And I will come. Jai Vijay, we're guarding the entry to Lord Narayan's Bhavan. But who is guarding the entry to Srimati Radhika's Kunj? I am a liberated soul. Knock, knock, knock. Where is this Vrishabhanu Nandini? I have come to serve her. I am a liberated soul. I am a liberated soul, and I have come to serve Srimati Radhika. Kamsa tried to come to Vrindavan. What happened to him? Purnamasi said, oh, have you taken snan yet? You've come to a holy place. First take bath. Kamsa didn't become a Manjari. He became an old lady. Kamsa wanted to come in. Who is this Krishna? Who is this Vrishabhanu Nandini? Possible. And he was tied up to a tree, babushka. And this babushka was given potato peels, pumpkin peels. Why? All the vegetables, Prabhuji's peeling. Collecting all the peels. Prabhuji said, no, don't take them. I'll make sabji with this. No, we have to give some prasad to Kamsa. But did he enter the kunj? So we should think. We may take shelter of so many and become liberated. We may become liberated, yes. I accept. Liberation. It's not so hard. Really, if you seriously practice sadhan bhajan, liberation can be achieved in this life. Not so difficult. But what is that aspiration that we have? That is possible. Radha Padamboja Sudambudasi, to serve and Radha Rasha Sudhanidhi, to serve, to enter into that meditation that is the wealth of all Gaudiya Vaishnavas, to enter that position, that is something that you are invited to. Now you are qualified, let me invite you into that realm. And Gurudev gave us that understanding, Gurudev gave us that vision, but Gurudev is present there. I remember hearing from the Vaishnavas that when Gurudev was on his morning walks, he becomes so absorbed. Sometimes people would try to ask him these different questions. These are earlier days, and he would be completely disinterested. Sometimes in Hawaii, he would sit down, he would be picking flowers, and you would try to speak to him, and he was gone. In Mathura also, sometimes in Mathura, Gurudev had Astasattvic bhavs manifest in his room. At that time, he was staying on the lower floor. Gurudev was living, he had no bathroom. He was using the general public bathroom, 500 Bengalis and devotees, pilgrims. But Gurudev was in that little room, and he became senseless. For many hours. They called doctors, they called this, that. Nobody could do anything. And then after a long time, he came back. But the Vaishnava said, oh, don't disturb him. Don't touch him. Why? When he's in that antardasa completely absorbed. Especially they say why people were coming, oh, this is how general people think. Oh, they're like a guru and they're running this society and you have to show them some honor and respect and ask them your material questions and give some blessing and give some donation. This is a general understanding of guru. Knock, knock, Gurudev, my wife said this to me. Knock, knock, Gurudev, my husband did this to me. Knock, knock, Gurudev, what is this? And Gurudev would doing bhajan after Mangalarti and everyone would come and ask him mundane questions. Vaishnava said, what is this? This time is not for this. This time is he is doing Srimati Radhika's seva. Don't disturb. Don't touch the body. Don't ask questions. Don't disturb at all. Glory of the Vaishnavas, glory of Guru, our Guru Varga is not that they are great gurus in this world. Glory of our Guru Varga, Gurudev said this about Prabhupada many times, right? What are the depth of his glories? You should think that Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari that he is singing, that Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, he is there with Kunja Bihari serving. Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai Ayali Bir. He is there perfecting the meeting of Radha Madhav. That is Guru Pada Padma, Swami Prabhupada, Gurudev. And also Gurudev himself, all the devotees, all his disciples in the West understood that position of Gurudev. But not only that, he helped them understand the position of Swami Prabhupada. Yes? He helped them understand the glories of Swami Prabhupada. There's also the role of Shiksha Guru to encourage the faith of disciples in the Mahabhagavat, in the Diksha Guru. So Gurudev was so expert like this. And we see the glories of Gurudev that just like Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada had so many powerful associates, Gurudev also had so many powerful associates. Right? That's not always like that. If you look at the devotees around Gurudev at that time, I remember it was like astonishing. The level of the devotees, the quality of the devotees. And you can see now how each of these associates of Gurudev is such a powerful personality, preaching so powerfully. We can see. That's the glory of Srila Gurudev. Like we say, within one drop of the mercy of a pure devotee, there's infinite power and potency. Don't think this is only for, that's why I'm mentioning before, that the more high-class devotees understand the glories of the associates of Guru. And the more neophyte devotees only recognize the glories of Guru. So from our experience, we've seen the glories of Vaishnavas like our Prabhuji. To get into this topic, again, that's a long, long discussion, but Chintamani means, like Prabhuji's name, Sevaratna, the jewel of service. What is also the quality of a jewel? That it can fulfill desires. So many who came and did a little service for him became great acharyas. Prabhuji told us stories of even from the 70s. Some people serve him for 1-2 years and then become acharya. So it's dangerous and it's very powerful. Why? Within one drop of their mercy, infinite potency is present. Why? They're connected to Swarup Shakti Srimati Radhika. Serving Swarup Shakti Srimati Radhika. This Brahmin came to Sanatana Goswami, I need some wealth. Oh, there's a touchstone in the garbage. That Bhog Ratna is in the garbage. You want enjoyment? You want opulence? Right over there in the garbage. It's present. So within one drop of the potency of these Vaishnavas, whatever you desire can be achieved. Imagine. But faith and honor is the platform. But one thing Prabhuji always would tell, I remember this many times, he would say, don't become complacent and satisfied that, oh, now you've come to this position, that is enough. Now you are guru, that is enough. Now you have disciples and followers, that is enough. Now you have temples, that isn't. We're not interested in those things. For Krishna's seva, Krishna can arrange anything he likes. Krishna wants temples, Krishna wants followers, Krishna wants nice, beautiful devotees, nice prasadam, nice bhoga. That's for Krishna. Like the Goswamis established many temples. But then where did they go? Under a different tree, Ha Devi Kakuvada. Radha Krishna, where's Radharani? Where's Lalita? Lalita Shasaki. So Krishna may arrange everything, but if we become, oh, that one drop of mercy I've gotten now, and I am very powerful, then I get lost in everything, and I lose everything. You should be very careful about this. We can get lost in all the affairs of the mission and the service, and then lose everything which is the point of the mission. Why Namashrista Manupi? What is that? Radhika Madhavasa. That is the hope we have. And so we think, oh, I am maintaining a mission and temples and collecting and devotees, and this is very important. I am Krishna's embodiment of mercy. I am giving Krishna's mercy everywhere. This is such an important task. But once we realize our highest position, our relationship, our service, then everything will go on naturally, easily, automatically. But if we don't realize that, then with great effort, we're trying to do everything by force. Therefore, in Sasha it says, Shreya Shrutim Bhakti Mutasya Devibo. It's like breeding dry husks, no grain. So we're working so hard, so many places, so many missions, working day and night, like they say, like a donkey, foam is coming from the mouth. That's called shram, labor. Ashram is where there's no material labor, only spiritual engagement. The only foam that comes is astatattvik bhavs. Ecstatic expressions. We see this. Vrindavan Prabhu is always having ecstatic experiences. Laughter, joy, tears. Very good. But we should remember, why are we here? Why do we join the temple? We join the temple for that complete spiritual success. This is something Prabhupada said many, many times. He said, be very careful. Vaishnavas are very powerful. You serve their lotus feet, take their remnants, be in their association a little bit and serve them. Oof. Yes, like people worship Lord Shiva and then get a boon from Shiva, let me touch your head, and boom. So you can worship the Vaishnav, get power from the Vaishnav, and then want to destroy the Vaishnavas. We see this also. Or take the shelter of the Vaishnav, get the power from the Vaishnav, then go be a great Acharya, and then neglect the Vaishnavas. No problem. They are completely shant. They are completely disinterested in anything in this world. But what they can give, you will not receive. That's the problem. You take these things. Imagine the Brahmin said, oh, nice, I got the Chintamani from Sanatana Goswami, let me go. Is he ever going to become Srimati Radhika's maidservant? Maybe in another 1,000 lifetimes, million lifetimes. But Sanatana Goswami was ready to give that right then. And so he said, oh, take that touchstone and throw it in the Jamuna. The Brahmin said, oh, how is it that you've put this touchstone in the garbage? Lakshmi Devi, Bhukti Mukti, they're running behind the Vaishnavas. But they're not interested. They're only looking forward Radha Krishna's service. No opulence in Vrindavan. So what happened is, he said, if you want that thing I have to give, then you have to throw the touchstone in the Jamuna. So the Vaishnavas are so powerful, they can give everything. They can give everything, but we should not get distracted with everything and lose sight of the real everything. What is everything? What is our aspiration? Radhika Madhavasa. That is the wealth they have to give. That is the wealth we aspire for. That's why we say, make me your servant and give me the wealth of your prem. This is Mahaprabhu's statement. Prem dana vina vyarta ridrijvan das kori vetan mori deya prema dan. Mahaprabhu said, please make me your servant. What is that? An energy field is going to make us their servant? That personality of Guru engages us in loving service and then enters us into that realm of loving service. Das Kodi, make me your servant and give me the wealth of your love. This is the mood of Mahaprabhu, the desire of Mahaprabhu. So this is a very difficult situation. Why? Material life is full of difficulty. That's why. But there's no difficulty for Guru Sevak. There's never difficulty for Guru Sevak. If you serve your Guru, serve Guru Pada Padma nicely, all Gurus are happy, all Vaishnavas are happy. You honor all Vaishnavas and you serve Guru Pada Padma as he is present and meditate on Guru Pada Padma Swarup, then your Ishtadev can be, Gurudev is giving that opportunity. Leave behind this world of samsara and enter into association and service of Sri Radha Madhav. That is again and again what he established in our understanding, in our heart. People would say, you're not qualified, you're not qualified, you're not qualified. Gurudev would say, you're not qualified because you have no greed for this. If you have greed, that is the qualification. Then you practice sadhana. So this is another discussion, but I've never seen in my life anyone practice sadhana so strictly, so seriously, so much dedication as our Vaishnava, Radhakunj. I don't think anyone is practicing sadhana like that. Why? I have some devotees from ISKCON, some gurus in ISKCON asking me, what is his daily schedule? And then they call all their disciples, sit, sit, sit. I want you to hear about this Vaishnava. It was very beautiful. I went, we met this Vaishnava, and he said, all my disciples come. I want you to hear about Prabhuji. And take all your people there and introduce everyone to him. Why? This is what is a real Vaishnava. Day and night absorbed in bhajan, parikrama, kirtan, discussing with devotees, harinam, classes, and serving thousands and thousands of people. This is like in our age, example of the associates of Mahaprabhu. In our time. That's why Gurudev said this is Premananda Angan. That's what Gurudev said. He said this is more exalted than a temple of Krishna. This is the birthplace of a Vaishnava and the temple of the abode of a Vaishnava. More exalted than Krishna's temple, is what he said. That's what Gurudev said there. Right? And he said, if you follow his character, his shraddha, his surrender, his dedication, then you can also become a Vaishnava. You can also be a Vaishnava. This is Gurudev's words. So we are glorifying all Vaishnavas. This is Prabhuji's glory that he teaches us to honor all Vaishnavas, teaches the glory of all Vaishnavas, truly honors and serves all Vaishnavas. And that is our culture. We welcome all Vaishnavas and we serve all Vaishnavas and we honor all Vaishnavas. And we pray to them, please help me develop my Guru Nishta, my Guru Bhakti, help me realize my relationship with my Gurudev and the service of Srimati Radhika and Krishna. Because in that realm, in that kunj, you cannot create some new system. You have to realize what is there. Your Guru Pad Padma, this Guru Varga, they have place for all of us. But we cannot say, oh, I don't need... But any Vaishnav who can help us realize that position, our Gurudev Swarup and our Ishtadev Swarup, then we take shelter of them as Shiksha Guru. They are Shiksha Guru. And whoever is our Guru, Saki, Guru Manjari, that may be Bhagavat Guru, maybe Shiksha Guru, maybe Diksha Guru. For our case, Gurudev is not just Diksha Guru, not just Shiksha Guru. He is that Acharya of our Sangha, of our continuing Sampradaya, who is himself established in that position and who we are aspiring to serve under. That is the point. So whoever can help us develop our faith in that and service in that, then like Narottam Das Thakur prayed to Lokanath Das Goswami, we can pray to Guru Pad Padma and he can bring us into the service of Sri Rupa Manjari and Srimati Radhika and then we will serve with him. That is why Gurudev gave Seva Kunj painting. Gurudev never said he is not present there. And he never discouraged us from understanding that. Did he ever say like, oh, I'm not there. Don't think I'm there. This is just Rupa and so forth. Rupa Manjari. No. Gurudev is giving us that painting so that for her Sangha we know that who is going to engage us in the service of Srimati Radhika in that world. How will we approach Rupa and Rati Manjari if we don't approach Guru Manjari? And in our Sangha, in our association, that is Gurudev. Then his associates, different groups, different prakoshts, different departments, different prakoshts. So Vaishnavas, there are different groups, but there is one group, Gurudev's group. And then there's many Vaishnav groups, many disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada are also having their own kunjas. This is true. So that's why sometimes there comes into conflict because people think in that world there's no variety, there's no flavor, there's no spice. Variety is the spice of life. What is that spice? That means sometimes there's jealousy, sometimes there's quarrel. Especially, I'll tell you, for those who are in the path of rag, I can tell you this from personal experience. If you're thinking, oh, rag bhakti has no rules, anurag has no rules. If you're entering association of a powerful Vaishnava who's present in that situation, and they see you in a mood, deviating mood, they'll think, useless person. Or they'll be very strong. Hey, don't go there. Why? You are mine. Where are you going? What are you doing? I am giving you that thing. You have no faith in that? But they're also encouraged to honor and serve all Vaishnavas. But I'm saying, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada's disciples, they all have their kunjas. So how many of his great disciples? There's many, 15, 20. His disciples know, this is my Guru Maharaj, this is their Manjari Swarup. The intimate disciples know. I would sit down and I can say, okay, this is Acharya, this is their name, this is Acharya, this is their name, this is Acharya, this is their name, and their successors, this is their names. But you cannot transplant your Atma from the garden of your Guru Manjari into the garden of another Guru Manjari. That's what Gurudev is teaching about the Swarupa, the Jeev. That's what he's teaching, is that my Guru Manjari, I'm a flower in her grove, in her garden. Gurudev said, I'm taking you in my pocket forever. This is, if you listen to the glorification of Gurudev to Prabhuji, he says this. I took him, first he says her by accident, or not by accident. I took her in my pocket, and he says him, forever. And he never went back. So Prabhuji's speciality is that he's teaching this glorification of Gurudev. But we should understand this, that if we truly honor and serve all Vaishnavas with proper Vaishnava etiquette, with great honor and great respect, and we pray, please, how can I realize my service to my Gurudev in the spiritual world? That is our prayer. Yes? Any doubt? How can we? Because Gurudev has a place for us there. He's waiting. When will you come? When will you come? When will you come? How long will this dream go on? Like when Gopakumar came to Krishna. Oh, you were gone for so long. You were gone for so long. Why were you gone for so long? I was waiting for you here. So where is Gurudev now? He's waiting for us there. We have to pass this life in service somehow. We should think like that. We should think the rest of our life we should pass in Gurudev's service, waiting for him to welcome us into his realm. And then we can arrange our life and design our life in a way that we can actually achieve that spiritual aspiration by his mercy. Because he is waiting to give it. The question is, how do we live our life now? And it's very easy to, life is every choice leads to another choice, and there's millions of paths that can come off that. And each path you think, oh, where am I now? Gelo je divas nasi baya. That day that left will not come back. And one day leads to another day and leads to a year and years and years and years. And then you end up what? Working for McDonald's. You don't know. Instead of serving Guru Pada Padma, doing arti for Radharaman, you're doing arti of your customers. And thinking, oh, they will give me a good tip. You're doing arti of your materialistic customers and you're selling meat. So Radharaman is here for us, but Guru Maharaj is here for us. That Seva Kunj painting, Gurudev is saying, I am coming into this world to give you an opportunity to enter that service of Srimati Radhika. I am giving you that opportunity. Therefore, here is Seva Kunj. But we should not endeavor to take Gurudev out of Seva Kunj. Gurudev is always in Seva Kunj. We should think, how can I be in Seva Kunj? And how can I serve and honor all Vaishnavas and beg their mercy that I can also realize and serve my Guru Pada Padma? That is our message. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatribhyo kripasindudevacha Pritanang pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo Hare Krishna.